In relationships, balance between two people is crucial. But often, men find themselves in situations where they have invested too much attention, time, emotions without getting the proper return. In such cases, a man starts to feel that his efforts are being devalued, and the woman loses interest in him. It begins to feel like he is bending over backward for his partner, losing himself and his self-respect in the process. Today, I want to talk about an important and necessary strategy in relationships: conscious distancing from a woman. There are moments when you invest more into the relationship than you receive in return. Forgetting about yourself, your goals, and your mission, attention, gifts, care, all of this eventually begins to lose its value, and the woman starts to lose interest in you. If you find yourself in such a situation, it's time to regain your self-respect and significance. Don't wait for her to walk away first. Distance yourself to restore balance and make her rediscover your worth. Now, let's discuss when it's necessary to distance yourself. It's important to understand that we do this not just to manipulate our partner. Distancing is a useful tool to cool your head and focus on yourself for a while. You are investing a lot, but getting nothing in return. If you are constantly initiating attention, texting, calling, arranging meetings, giving gifts, but you receive silence in response, this is a signal to stop. You're giving too much, but getting nothing in return except emptiness. Investing in someone who doesn't reciprocate is like pouring water into a leaky bucket. You deplete your resources, lose energy and strength, and in the end, all that's left is disappointment and emptiness. This imbalance makes you weak in her eyes. A woman begins to take your efforts for granted, and your value in her eyes drops. She gets used to you always being around, always available, and her interest fades. If you're not getting anything back, it's time to stop bending over backward. Stop pushing yourself, and let her feel that she might lose you. When you step back, you regain control and allow her to realize that she's not the only center of your life. You've stopped thinking about your own life. Every man should have his mission, his goals, and ambitions. If you notice that your life has started revolving solely around a woman and everything else has taken a back seat, it means you've lost your way. You've stopped growing, abandoned your hobbies and dreams for her sake. This is a dangerous trap because you begin to depend on the relationship, and dependence never makes a man strong. A man without a purpose becomes empty, and a woman instinctively senses this and loses interest in him. Distancing allows you to refocus on your own life, interests, and priorities. It's a time to reconnect with your ambitions, work, fitness, hobbies, everything that makes you who you are. When you regain that balance, the woman starts seeing your strength and determination again. You reclaim the inner core that attracts and demands respect. It's important to remember that your life shouldn't revolve entirely around a woman. You need to be the main character in your own story. She's losing interest. If you notice that a woman is no longer showing interest in you, her responses to your efforts have become dull, and your gestures no longer bring joy, it's a clear signal that it's time to step back. When a woman becomes accustomed to constant attention and care without contributing herself, her attachment begins to fade. She starts to take you for granted. This is a destructive path for any relationship, and if no action is taken, it could end with her leaving you altogether. Distancing at this point is not a sign of weakness, but a show of strength. You're letting her know that you won't always be there and that your attention must be earned. This makes her think about what she could lose. When a woman feels that she's losing control of the situation, she starts to reevaluate her behavior, and it's at this moment that you restore your value in her eyes. Step back so she can see that you're not chained to her. We've reached the halfway point of this video, and now comes the most interesting part. Because now, we'll talk about why it's so important to maintain your dignity in a relationship and be a strong man, not an emotional boy. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, and let's keep going. When a man bends over backward and starts losing himself for a woman, she stops respecting him. Eventually, she might even leave. That's not why you invested so much effort into her. So don't let things get that far. Conscious distancing is your way to regain respect for yourself and your relationship. You're not asking for attention, you are showing that you deserve it. Restoring balance. A man must be strong and independent. When you take back control of your life, you restore balance in the relationship. Attention and respect begin to return to you because you're no longer trying desperately to earn them. You make her strive for you, strengthening self-respect. When you recognize your worth and aren't afraid to step back, you regain your self-respect. This makes you stronger and more attractive. The woman starts seeing you as a man, not someone willing to give everything without getting anything in return. Renewing the relationship. Distancing gives you a chance to renew the relationship by making her realize what she's losing. It's an opportunity to restore your position in the relationship and make it exciting for both of you again. Don't let the fear of losing a woman control your life. Many men fall into the trap of fearing rejection or being alone. This fear makes them bend over backward, sacrificing their principles, goals, and time just to please their partner. But this approach won't make you a man worthy of respect. On the contrary, it causes the woman to lose interest and see weakness in you. The relationship becomes one-sided, and sooner or later, she might leave, leaving you with a broken heart and emptiness. A strong man is never afraid to step back or even end the relationship if he sees that his efforts are not appreciated or reciprocated. He knows his worth and isn't afraid of being alone because he understands that loneliness is temporary, but his mission and self-respect are eternal. Distancing is not weakness. It's a way to restore balance in the relationship and regain control of your life. It allows the woman to realize what she's losing if she stops investing in the relationship and gives you the opportunity to return to your goals and ambitions. If the relationship lacks mutual respect and interest, a strong man is ready to step back or end it. This doesn't mean you've lost, in fact, it means you've chosen yourself and your life. Be the one who sets the rules of your game. You're not a subordinate in this relationship, you're the leader. And if the woman doesn't appreciate that, be ready to move on, staying true to yourself.